Hi, my name is the My Crazy Inventions host, but you can call me Host. Today, we are delighted to have you, the audience, as we unveil our new device. We have spent years, months, weeks into creating this wonderful device. When we introduced it to you at the My Crazy Inventions convention in 2020, a lot of you seem to really like the prototype. And now we have the device right here in our hands. Without further ado, we are glad to present the all-new Computer MK1. This is a very, very beastly device, and it stands out in all the competition. This device has a very unique and very beautiful and elegant design that took us very, very long to make, and that is why one of the reasons why it took us very long to make is because of the design. So, the Computer MK1, you may ask, what does it do? And of course, that's why you're here, because we are here to tell you about it. So, let's start off with its beastly camera system. So, at the My Crazy Inventions Convention 2020, we unveiled the Computer MK1's first ever beastly camera system, in that it had 5 cameras. But this year, we got rid of 1 camera, and we now have 4 cameras. But that's not just it. There are 4 very powerful cameras. There is the main camera, which is the 48 megapixel main camera, and that shoots magnificent, beautiful photos. And if you shoot it at someone, you can, even without the macro cameras or zooming in, you can clearly see people's pores and clear sweats, and why would you do that? So yeah, 48 megapixels, that's a very powerful and beautiful camera, and everyone loves it. On the right side, we now have 2 cameras over here. We have one ultra-wide camera which can literally, and by literally, actually capture an entire floor of an entire house. How crazy is that? But we don't have proof to show that, so you guys just do it yourselves because we think it's better. Right, and that camera is about 12 megapixels. And the other camera that's beside it, which is its wide camera, which is also pretty good, but half the same distance as the ultra-wide camera. So the wide camera is also the same megapixel density of the ultra-wide camera, which is about 12 megapixels. So on the bottom of those 2 beastly cameras, we have the ultra macro camera that is just stunningly beautiful. When you shoot it very close to an object, not only you can just see what stuff or dirt it's near or what's on it very closely, we also have this new feature called microscope mode, which it's basically like, you zoom in very closely into an object and you can zoom in it like a microscope. So, macro cameras, if you try to shoot them at a person, like really closely at the face, you can clearly see the pores, the blackheads, the pimples, facial hair. You guys are disgusting. Why would you ever do that? Right, so underneath the beastly camera system, you have 2 beautiful screens. One is to show the time and some notifications and the date. You can, on the other one, you can also see your notifications and stuff and your battery information. No one really cares about that. Right there, so yeah. On the left side of the Computer MK1's back, you can see the power button, the volume rockers, and yeah, that's basically much it. So yeah, if you guys want that. Right, it's time for the moment all of you have been waiting for. It's time for us to open the device for the first time. Oh my god. That is so beautiful. Oh, anyway, the Computer Mark1 has a very, very beautiful, large 8K resolution screen, and that is just stunningly beautiful. The screen has is a screen size of about 10, 11, 12-inch screens. You nerds figure it out, because we like having someone else do it for us, since it's better for the environment. So yeah, a very large screen, 8K resolution screen, which is very nice, and it's great. Also, to mention, it's a touchscreen mode. It's a touchscreen screen, so just in case you don't want to use your mousey mouse that you keep getting from the sewers, or you don't want to use the tiny little trackpad. It's not tiny, okay? If you don't want to use the tiny trackpad, you can just press this little key right here, and then you can go into touchscreen mode. And then on the other one, and beside the key of the touchscreen mode, we also have an exclusive key just for the stylus mode. So press that, and it automatically pairs it with your stylus. And then you can now stylus all your way, do whatever you want, your anime girls or something, or nice car, house. So on here, on the top side, on the top of the very beautiful screen of the Computer Mark1 are two cameras. One is a 12 megapixel main camera, which is already stunningly beautiful, which is very nice for, just for example, you're in a video call, you're in a Zoom meet or in a Google Meet. If you open your camera, I am 99.999999999% sure that everyone in the meeting will fall for you. We're not sure, still not fact check. So, when you open your camera, it shows a lot of details to your face, or anything in particular in your face, or your area that you're currently in. Like for example, you're in a room, right? It's automatically a wide camera, because we use the same camera as the wide camera from the back, which is also 12 megapixels, and put it on the front display. How wonderful is that? Also, when they will pin you in your meeting, they can also see your very nice facial details, such as your blackheads, your pores, your nice sweat, or your pimples. You people disgust me. On the left side of the front-facing camera system, you can also see a 10 megapixel camera. It's for whatever reasons or something. It's like an alternative camera. We are not really sure what it is, but we're releasing it without even knowing. You guys just figure it out. You'll eventually figure it out someday. On the right and left side of the Computer Mark1, which is beside of its walls or barrier, so no one can see whatever you're doing on the sides, you have four mega ultra sounding Dolby speakers, which is very wonderful and nice if you're doing your whatever, listening to music, listening to movies, or watching movies, watching YouTube videos, or watching Crappintosh on YouTube. Man, imagine that. You can also pair your the Bluetooth headphones or your wired headphones if right. On the bottom of the Computer Mark1 has a very nice keyboard and has a very nice sound when you type on it. So satisfying. Alright, enough! Enough of your ASMR sleeping sounds. This beautiful, nice keyboard is a very soothing experience when you type on it, because it's very comfortable and nice. And it also has a nice relaxing sound when you type on it, and it has a very big mouse pad. Right, so now let's move on to one of the greatest achievements in the Computer Mark1. We really are never gonna give you up. So, we created our own operating system, Computer OS. Computer OS works like an operating system like no other. We definitely did not copy this from the Windows and Mac OS. Please do not fact check that. Please, we beg you. Right, so the Computer OS works flawlessly, and it works in the touchscreen mode, stylus mode, or even your mouse mode, which you can, do whatever you want, like browse your internet history and play your sussy games, or watch Crappingtosh on YouTube, or write your 15-word essay if you still do that. Right. There you go. That's all that does it for the front facing. And now we take it to the inner workings of the Computer Mark I. So, on the Computer Mark I's keyboard, you can press a key, or go, if you're too lazy to do that, you can just go to the settings and then turn off everything, and just turn off the front facing screen, and you can check the insides of it. So, when you do that, you can just lift off the front facing screen. I need that. So when you take the screen off, you can see what's inside. And this is a very, very, very powerful computer. And that does not just mean that why it's very bulky, it's just because of the freaking walls we decided to install on the Computer Mark I. So, on the inside, it's a very powerful computer. So, in the middle is the CPU, or the main chipset of the Computer Mark I, which is the Computer M180, and that just screams, oh my goodness, that is a very powerful chip for a very powerful computer, and just make you go cry for you computer enthusiasts. Right, so right there is where you detach your computer screen like that, and also the memory. I forgot to mention, the memory of the Computer Mark I is about 320 gigabytes of memory and 1 terabyte of storage, which is actually pretty nice for you film producers out there who make a lot of videos, or you gamers out there who install a lot of games and have a lot of storage, and you need more storage or something. So yeah, the GPU right there, it's a very powerful GPU. It's by NVIDIA, it's RXT, very powerful for nice graphics. And right here on the right side, we have the computer lithium-ion battery, about 22 milliamp hours. Can you believe that? That is very powerful, in my opinion. So, the Computer Mark I has a very powerful battery that just leaves you with 2 days of battery life. 2 days of battery life. No other computer has ever done that before, except Computer. And that pretty much does it. And also, the Computer Mark I is a very, very wonderful device, and a very, very strong and pretty much indestructible device. We have tested it on other Nokia devices, and you guessed it, the winner is the Computer Mark I. So, the Computer Mark I has a stylus with it. Now, the stylus is a very nice thing that we introduced during the Micro's Inventions Convention 2020, which you can use it to, doodle your stuff and write whatever you want if you don't want to use your fingers on the trackpad or the mouse. Sometimes some models don't come with the stylus, and you have to buy the stylus. Now, the stylus would cost you about $89, but don't let that deceive you. Some models, if you're a lucky one, comes with a free stylus, and that is only just... So, now you may ask, the Computer Mark I, how much does the Computer Mark I cost? Let me tell you something. The Computer Mark I costs only $1. Since we care about money, customers. We care about our customers. So the Computer Mark 1 is only $1. And not only just that, you also have to pay for everything else. Like, for example, if you want to use the full features of the Computer Mark 1, you also have to buy the screen with the keyboard and the speakers, which would cost you about $50,000. And also, if you also want to buy the main CPU or the computer of the Computer Mark 1, you have to pay an additional $100,000. And that is already a very cheap price. And the Computer Mark 1, how much are you exactly paying in total for the Computer Mark 1? $1 plus $50,000 and another $100,000. Very cheap price, isn't it? So, when will you be expecting the Computer Mark 1 to be released worldwide? Expect it to release sometime around March or April of 2022. You should also stick around the Crappytosh channel, as the My Crazy Inventions Convention Center would be held there. And we hope to see you there too, very soon. So, that does it for the Computer Mark 1 introductory. We hope you loved our new device, and we love to see your feedback on the new device. If you have any questions or feedback of the device, you could leave it in the comment section down below of the video. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.